Hi, everyone, and welcome to the last edition of Your News Today for the month of July. Today, the 31st and last day of the 7th month. August just hours away. I'm having a hard time grasping that. Wednesday, of course, is, however, the eve of the next edition of the Syersville Independent, so I'll give you a brief glimpse as to what is coming out in tomorrow's edition in just a few moments after several headlines tonight, including an updated weather forecast, of course, including the passing we have learned of a former Syersville businessman who owned and operated a local pharmacy here for several years. We also have a report on a reported drowning from earlier today that actually resulted in an arrest. And one report, our main headline for this evening, that I spent many hours on today consulting with local authorities, police, our county attorney, that I will issue now and in a few moments a word of warning in regards to the graphic content. Also speaking with the victim who told us absolutely to show you the following photographs after an assault last night that resulted in the arrest of a young McGoffin County woman while authorities are still investigating the entire situation. I'll get to that in just a few moments. A few things first from a few, actually, of course, now the only two candidates for Kentucky governor, as we'll be hearing, I'm sure, in one way or another, many other ways, something from them on a daily basis between now and the election. In this particular instant, it is the Democratic candidate nominee, Andy Beshear, our state's attorney general, who has announced today that he has secured more than $22 million in a price gouging case. Attorney General Andy Beshear saying that he has settled a now 12-year-old lawsuit against Marathon and Speedway, Marathon, the parent company of Speedway, over alleged gas price gouging for $22.5 million. He says this settlement resolves claims that Ohio-based MPC, Marathon, and Speedway violated Kentucky's Consumer Protection Act by engaging in price gouging in the wholesale and retail sale of gasoline in the wake of Hurricane Katrina, and that Marathon did so in the wholesale price gouging following a massive flooding event in 2011. Half of that $22.5 million is due to the state of Kentucky within 20 days of the settlement becoming effective. The remainder paid annually in two equal installments. Beshear, with the agreement of MPC and Speedway, will recommend that the General Assembly appropriate those proceeds of the settlement after fees and costs for improving rural roads, navigable waterways, and or emergency management to mitigate the impact of weather events. 12 years in the making, the Office of the Attorney General under then Attorney General Greg Stumbo filed this lawsuit in May of 2007. Then Attorney General Jack Conway's office amended the complaint in 2011. The settlement, though, or at least in which MPC and Speedway make no admission of any wrongdoing or liability. The trial for the case was set to be in Franklin Circuit Court this month of August on the 19th. A separate lawsuit filed in federal court in 2015 alleges Marathon violated antitrust laws. That case is still pending. And the other candidate for Kentucky governor, current Governor Matt Bevin, said this morning in a radio interview that gambling-related suicides are frequent daily occurrences as he criticized Andy Beshear's, his opponent's, support for expanded gambling as a means to help raise money for the state's pension system, which we all know the condition thereof. The state's attorney general has many times and often publicly supported legalizing casino gambling as a revenue source to help add to some of the, to assist, we'll say, with the pension crisis situation. But during a radio interview earlier today, Bevin says that, quote, every night somewhere in America somebody takes their life in a casino because they've wasted the last semblance of dignity and hope that they had. He didn't offer any evidence to support that fact, but did claim that families' lives are ruined, and lives are ruined as such. He said there is just simply, quote, no political appetite for legalizing casino gambling in Kentucky at this time, while Beshear says that he believes that they can generate some $500 million annually by legalizing expanded gambling in the Commonwealth. Our top story tonight, just a few seconds for a word of caution for anyone young in the room or those who wish not to see. I have spent several hours today going over the following video in regards to what to show and what to air, and after consulting with the county attorney, investigating authorities, we have the following report on an assault that took place, and I will begin that right after these messages. If you've never seen what's inside the seasonal shop, you've never seen anything like it. And if you have seen what's inside the seasonal shop, you've never seen it like this. From all the styles of pillows, dishware, bedding, and wall hangings, it's full of beautiful home decor. And there are frames for anyone and any occasion. There are neat and unique ways to design and do it yourself. There are flowers too perfect to be real. And from expecting moms to newborns, toddlers, teens, and adults, the fashions and designs and jewelry are simply endless and always changing at Fraziers Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. A little of what's new at Parkway Gun and Pawn. A big selection of hunting, bowie knives, some to use, some to collect, or both, starting as low as $14.99 a piece. Hey gamers, while they last, they just got in 2 PS4 Pro editions in perfect condition. And as new, still in the packaging, big flat screens at big discounts. A new selection of kitchen gear and appliances, and even a new in-the-box 30-gallon electric hot water heater. You never know what you're going to save on, but you're always going to save at Parkway Gun and Pawn. Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold, and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there at Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville. Big Sandy Healthcare and Hope Family Medical Center are proud to announce the newest addition to their staff and team of over 200 dedicated employees and medical professionals. Podiatrist Dr. Cheryl Stalder Cheney has joined Big Sandy Healthcare at the Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sagersville on Beriah Boulevard, just a couple of doors up from the least famous recipe. For anything minor or serious foot or ankle related, Dr. Stalder Cheney is now accepting new patients at Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sagersville. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785. After reaching out to the victim earlier today, as well consulting with the county attorney and local authorities, we have the following report tonight on the response to a call of domestic violence last night on East Maple Street or Route 40, which resulted in the arrest of a Magoffin County woman, an 18-year-old woman who police tell us assaulted the wife of her boyfriend, while the boyfriend/husband is heard and seen on the video instigating and encouraging the beating, while another person filmed the attack. A brutal 50 to 60 seconds of which was videoed, less than that which we will show after cutting and editing to the best of my ability, and to which, as I said, I consulted with the county attorney and the victim before airing tonight. The assault taking place, says police, after the victim, Teresa Minix, slapped her husband Adam Minix, and the 18-year-old attacked her.
You learn to fight or don't slap me in the face again.
You stay the down, and you don't talk to him again, or next time I will.
Yeah. Okay, sit down. Yeah, hit me again in the face. There you go. Hit me again.
Again.
Hit me again.
You're gonna do it again. Get her off. I'm done. Hit me up, baby. I'll take care of you.
Mike Nichols of the Sagersville Police Department arrested 18-year-old Macy May last night at around 7 o'clock for felony assault in the second degree. May first denying to police that she was involved until authorities saw the same video that you saw and that was shared online. May is still held in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center on a $10,000 cash bond and is awaiting a court date. As for the video, police tell me that in addition to showing May doing the pummeling, including a violent kick to the face at the end, the man's voice being heard encouraging the beating is the victim's husband, 43-year-old Adam Minix of West Maple Street. And via a family member, Teresa Minix says that we could absolutely show the pictures of her injuries, which she says will be requiring surgery or surgeries in the future. While we continue to await returned calls from police and authorities to see if any other charges will be filed. As for Adam L. Minix, court records show that he was arrested just a few weeks ago on June the 25th for a charge of custodial interference after the grandmother of a 17-year-old female filed a complaint saying that Minix had taken her out of the county for a period of time and did so without authority or permission from the family. That case involving a juvenile obviously means that it did not list, nor could we have reported, any names associated with it. However, we do know that 18-year-old Macy May would have been 17 at that time. Still, a lot of other headlines to come right now. Some new announcements on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar, including a couple, one from the middle school about a big free yard sale, and also a special canning event starting next week at the Extension Service. First up, here's an important one from the Harold Whitaker Middle School Youth Service Center. They're having a free yard sale this Friday out on the sidewalk starting at 11 o'clock. And in case I didn't say it, all items are free. A lot of great back-to-school stuff for sure, starting at 11 o'clock this Friday at the Harold Whitaker Middle School. And going to next week on Monday and Tuesday, a big food preservation workshop at the Magoffin County Extension Service. They're going to talk about and show you research-based recommendations for pressure canning and for water bath canning techniques. Now, this is Monday at 5 that evening, Tuesday morning at 10, so you can get there regardless of your schedule. And they're going to have current publications for pressure canning and water bath canning to take home with you. And they're going to be doing demonstrations on how to use a pressure canner and a water bath canner to preserve foods at home. That's Monday at 5, Tuesday at 10 at the Magoffin County Extension Service. And our calendar is available every weeknight for your announcements, birthdays, and anniversaries too. You just need to tell me, and I'll tell everyone else. Here's another great coupon deal from your Sayersville Lees. Clip this coupon out of this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent, and you get not $1, $2, but $3 off any family pack. That's 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece meal deals. Take $3 off just by clipping the coupon, which you can also pick up in the papers available at Lee's Famous Recipe. It's a win-win at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe.
Appalachian Wireless wants to know if you're tired of settling for a phone you didn't really want because it was more about the cost of the device rather than the phone you really wanted. Well, Appalachian Wireless has the solution, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. With Advantage, every phone model is back on the table because you only have to pay the taxes on the device you really want. Many of our hottest smartphones are less than $50 up front, then a few extra dollars on your monthly bill. With Appalachian Advantage. Payment agreement is required. See store for complete details.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
It's time to see what a great time just $10 can get you while you help out a lot of amazing organizations. It's time for the 16th annual Magoffin County Community Day, featuring Russell Moore and Third Time Out, Ralph Stanley II and the Clinch Mountain Boys, Hammertown, Blue Highway, Nathan and Chessie Arnott Band, Route 1081, Terry Miller and Traveler, plus the Project Echo Kids and a special performance by Waylon Bays. And of course, more food, fun, games, and prizes than you can stand. And not only does your $10 get you in, but it also gets you entered to win this Ford Fusion to be given away that night. And kids under 12 get in free at the 16th annual Magoffin County Community Day, Saturday, August the 17th, all starting at 10 a.m. Your new IGA has fresh brewed coffees and delicious donuts made 7 days a week. Daily made breads piled high with any meat or cheese you can think of. And come and taste the salads, broccoli and cauliflower, cornbread, and their gourmet chicken salad made fresh right here. They've got fruit and vegetable and meat trays made with a little love. and celebrate anything with perfectly professionally made cakes, all fresh and ready for your next meal, party, or event. At your Sagersville IGA, where it's a new day, place, and wait. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConnellyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by for huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Connelly Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. A former Sagersville businessman who owned and operated Gary's Pharmacy for several years after purchasing Gary's Pharmacy from the original owner, we have learned today has died at his Georgia home. Ike Thomas passed away, with services to be held in his honor this Sunday in his birth state. 73-year-old James Ira Thomas, known much more so as Ike, formerly of Sagersville, as he lived here for a number of years, passed away days ago on the 25th at his home in Loganville, Georgia. Ike attended and graduated from West Virginia University in 1969 with a degree in pharmacology, and according to his obituary, he was the first African American to have graduated as a pharmacist from WVU. And after he graduated, he was admitted by the Board of Pharmacy of West Virginia and the Kentucky Board of Pharmacy in March of 1970, and that began a more than 50-year career as a pharmacist in a number of hospitals and clinics, owning several independent pharmacies throughout southeastern Kentucky, including Gary's Pharmacy here in Sagersville, which he purchased and owned and operated for a number of years until 2018, when he retired from the Paul B. Hall Hospital where he was employed, as well as selling his pharmacy here in Sagersville just last year. Ike is survived by his mother, Ethel Mae Thomas, and 3 children, William James Thomas, Lillian Kenise Haywood, and Samuel Thomas. Services in his honor while he was living in Georgia are going to be held at the Second Baptist Church in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, this Saturday morning. And lastly, no major changes to your forecast, but a few updates. A little timing change in regards to the showers that are coming in possibly a little earlier Sunday than what we had hoped and thought and expected. But nevertheless, a pretty nice weekend in store, and just the continued threat, 20 to 30% on average, of showers and thunderstorms pretty much each and every other day. Tonight, pretty much definitely like the rest of the work week, not your weekend, we can't rule out a chance of some showers and thunderstorms to the tune of about a 30% shot the rest of the evening, well, mainly until about 8 o'clock or so for the most part. But I said that last night, and we saw some much later than that, right? A low of 63 degrees expected tonight, and partly cloudy skies for your Thursday. Isolated showers and thunderstorms to the tune of 20% after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Partly sunny skies, otherwise a little dense fog in the morning, I should mention as well. Scattered showers and thunderstorms to the tune of 30% possible up until about 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. And that is pretty much going to sum up your Friday as well, with a 30% chance of those showers and storms, mainly in the afternoon, after 5 or so, and mainly before 9 or 10. Otherwise, 84 and mostly sunny for the last day of the work week for most everyone, but not everyone. As for your weekend, if you do have it off, you're going to have it off under some really nice conditions. Saturday still looks to be mostly sunny, dry, beautiful, and in the low 80s at 84 degrees. Nighttime lows around 62. A really nice, not so hot first half of your weekend that will go into Sunday with more temperatures in the low, close to the mid 80s. 84, mostly sunny. That 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms Sunday, it's bumped up a little bit to mainly after 3 p.m. So we do have a shot of seeing some. We'll have to dodge for the latter half of your Sunday, but still, all in all, a really nice weekend. Not too bad of a forecast either. Monday, more clouds than not. 84, partly cloudy, 20% chance of showers. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, mid-80s, right at it again. Mostly sunny both days, and that 20 to 30% chance of showers and possible thunderstorms. The trend continues. And before I say goodnight, let me say this, just a few of the things coming out in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent that you will not find anywhere else, not even here. A special write-up on Brooklyn Reisner. You may recall little Brooklyn had been diagnosed and developed, I believe it was a rare form of cancer at the time, but made a miraculous recovery, and she received a hero's welcome, which we showed you a portion thereof. She also got her Make-A-Wish granted, and just got back from a trip to Disney, and Our editor, Heather Oney, has talked to the family and has a wonderful little story to go along with that. Rusty Preston is looking for people interested in a Fallen Heroes Memorial Ride, August the 17th. More on the Mountain Parkway status and updates there. The Route 30 Bridge update, as we have been following along, not opening on schedule, but we'll have the latest, a meth arrest or two, and a lot in sports, and of course our old page as well. Much to see. Hope you get a paper as soon as you can. Hope to see you back here tomorrow night.